swear, and we'll
Yes,
bleep it out.
yes, because we'll bleep it out. We can say whatever the we want, okay? Welcome to Oddball. Amin, Elhassan, Charlotte Wilder. If it looks like we're wearing the same clothes as we wore yesterday, I assure you, it's just the multiverse.
Yep.
This is actually today, and yesterday we filmed it the day after, so we actually went back in time to do that segment. Don't worry, it sounds confusing. I'll explain it in a little bit. A little bit later, we'll be doing a segment called Something That We Haven't Pulled In Yet.
What's the point of, what's this?
This right here is so that we can do the ADR later to fill in where I say, hey, we're doing this segment.
Oh,
see that? But they can't read my lips.
I got it. Oh, that's movie magic, baby.
3 steps ahead of the game,
wow,
baby.
Wow, wow.
Always, always. But, Charlotte, I want to start with a conversation about owners, NBA owners.
Owners, billionaires, very rich people.
Yes, very rich people. One of the things that happened over the last week or so is it came public that the Orlando Magic made a donation to the Ron DeSantis election campaign.
For president campaign.
Which, by the way, do you know what his campaign is called?
No, what's it called?
Never Back Down.
Oof. I hate it.
That was a movie. It's on Cinephobe. Check it out wherever you get podcasts.
Can I say one thing before we dive into the ownership conversation of this all? The thought of Ron DeSantis on a basketball court is one of the funniest things I can imagine, because I'm picturing him in those white boots that he went to visit when there was a natural disaster that I can't remember, and he was like walking around as though he were. That's what I picture on a basketball court. So
I picture him like dressed in UFC garb because, again, the movie Never Back Down.
Oh.
That's just me, though. But yeah, so they donated $50K. And you might be saying, well, what's the big deal? People make donations all the time, particularly to, if you're a billionaire, you donate to Republican candidates all the time because a lot of times they have a lot of financial things that, fit your lifestyle as a billionaire, I guess. But the difference is
trying to keep as much of your money as possible.
Sure, but the difference is this wasn't the DeVos family who owned the Orlando Magic who made the donation, or the donation was not made in the name of the DeVos family. It was made in the name of the Orlando Magic itself, and we don't have a whole lot of precedent for that. I know in the 90s, the Phoenix Suns had a contribution like that to the RNC that was made on behalf of the Phoenix Suns organization.
So in their name, not by
Jerry Colangelo, who owned and operated the Suns at the time. But basically, there's not a whole lot of examples of this. And so, a lot of people are upset, given that Ron DeSantis has some really, really disgusting takes on history, on slavery being beneficial to black people, of preventing critical race theory being taught in Florida schools.
Don't say gay.
Don't say gay.
All of that abhorrent.
He's got a lot of, societal red flags around him. But does that mean anything? Should we be able to hold owners accountable for that kind of contribution? Let me ask you first and foremost before we even get to that.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything wrong with them using the Orlando Magic name rather than their own name?
I do. I think it's sort of a direct shot at fans who may not agree with their politics. I think that it's putting a flag in the sand, or whatever the saying is, and being like, hey, this is how we feel, and we're going to use something that other people love, something that means something to other people, to support a candidate whose policies are so rooted in hate. It's just like, it's some sort of mind game. I don't understand what the point of it would be. If you want to give money as a family, obviously Betsy DeVos was in Trump's cabinet as his Secretary of Education, that it makes me think this has to be some sort of PR thing to either win favor with voters who will like this. I mean, we're in Florida. Ron DeSantis is the governor of Florida. But it just feels like, are other teams now going to start doing this? Is this going to become a litmus test of some sort? It feels so unnecessary.
Let me ask you a question. If the candidate they donated to was someone who wasn't objectionable, like Ron DeSantis, if it was someone whose, dare I say, whose political ideologies aligned with yours, would you have a problem with it?
I think it would be if they donated to a candidate whose ideology is going to be beneficial for who the players represent. For mostly people of color. If that's in line, and that's the way that you're going to show your team or the community that they go out and serve, then I don't think it's as much of a problem.
See, I think the problem is you're donating in the name of the team, regardless of what your politics are. Like, to me, that's the issue. Obviously, it's easy with DeSantis because, as I said, so many societal red flags that this guy throws up as a elected official who clearly does not want to represent the totality of the population. He wants to represent a very specific segment, a segment that is driven by hate, driven by prejudice, driven by wanting to keep power and influence concentrated with a certain group. But to me, even if it was like my dream candidate, person who kumbaya wanted, it's not politics, it's actual societal issues,
like
right?
Human rights.
Right, it's human rights, right? But like, this is politics in its purest form. You are donating money to the political campaign of someone. And I get it, as the steward of a sports franchise, you owe it to the health of your organization to have a strong relationship with local government, be it city, municipal, state level, national level. But having said all that, I think you could do that hush-hush behind the scenes, and you can always do that from a personal standpoint. I think one of the things you're looking at here is the idea that you're politicizing the Orlando Magic. It's not Rich DeVos and the DeVos family are staunch Republicans. It's the Orlando Magic are staunch Republicans, and that's a very big difference. Because if the team is apolitical, then it is safe for everybody. It's safe for Democrats, Republicans, Green Party, libertarians, non-ideologues. But once the team makes a contribution, now you've kind of you painted yourself into a corner. The other part of this, though, should there be any consequences for that?
If the league or the Players Association or whoever feels that this is going to probably be detrimental to business, because let's be honest, that's what makes everything go round here. I think that there would be an incentive to be like, don't do this. Like, if you're going to alienate half of your fan base, why would you donate in the name of a team? And I think that there would be consequences if they feel like it's going to cut into their bottom line enough. But I don't necessarily know. Is there anything anyone can do right now?
So this is a statement. On August 3rd, the Players Association made this statement about the Magic political donation. And I read verbatim. Quote, a political contribution from the Orlando Magic is alarming given recent comments and policies of its beneficiary. NBA governors, players, and personnel have the right to express their personal political views, including through donations and statements. However, if contributions are made on behalf of an entire team, using money earned through the labor of its employees, it is incumbent upon the team governors to consider the diverse values and perspectives of staff and players. The Magic's donation does not represent player support for the recipient. So it's
not really a consequence.
Yes,
it's like a slap on the wrist.
It's not even a slap on the wrist. It's like, hey, my name's Bennett and I ain't in it, right? Like, that's them. That's not our guys.
Yeah.
And shame on them, I guess, for putting our guy's name, basically, when you say Orlando Magic, you're putting those player names on that check in a way, implicit or implied. I guess my thing is, people are talking about, well, there should be kind of consequences. But I don't know what kind of consequences can happen. And I know I've said this before, years and years ago, when the Donald Sterling tape came out. And I said, yeah, nothing's going to happen because everyone's been known Donald Sterling was like this. He was a virulent racist, right? And then, obviously, the Clippers were forced to sell. And then later on, obviously, in the last year or so, Robert Sarver went through his scandal out in Phoenix, and including emails that he sent to the league using the N-word in completion. So, they had the smoking gun, as I said. They've been known the guy's a kook, but they couldn't do anything about it. And then, again, he got pressured into selling. I think the biggest thing that people don't pick up on in those two cases those were two owners who did not have a great relationship with their local government. Nobody in Phoenix liked Robert Sarver. Nobody in LA liked Donald Sterling, right? Particularly those in political office. So when the time came to shove them out the plane, so to speak, there was a line of people ready to do that.
Yeah.
The DeVos family is incredibly connected and powerful in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
They have a good relationship with their local government. So I don't know who's going to be the person who shoves them out the plane. Because contrary to popular belief, it is not like fan uproar or anything like that. It is typically usually the local business and local politicians that have the bigger say in that.
Yeah, it's only other rich people who can actually affect what owners of a team do. I mean, look at the Knicks. Fans have been chanting, sell the team for years. It's not going to happen. The money doesn't make sense. And until New York pushes him out somehow, until other owners get so sick of James Dolan, it's not going to happen. And so I don't even know where consequence could come from.
Yeah.
Just don't donate to candidates in the name of a team. Yeah, I think
that. I think they would have avoided all of that if they just kept the Orlando Magic name out of it.
Also, don't donate to Ron DeSantis, sorry. Up next.
Yeah, like enough serious talk. Let's get goofy. Ding dong, ding dong.
Yeah, so apparently the ancient Persians had this way of like debating stuff by doing it once sober and then once drunk, and then they try to see.
Where did you read that?
We're back on Oddball. Back to play bold or spicy again.
Bold or spicy.
The producers give us a statement, and we rate it on a scale of 0 to 10 on spiciness, right?
Yep, which is, I've been informed, not the Scoville scale, because that's like 17 million units or whatever.
There you go. It's something completely different.
Something completely different. I'm learning.
Allegedly, the pink are spicy.
I'm new to the NBA world.
Yes, you're new to a lot of worlds.
Well,
The multiverse.
the multiverse.
So the pink ones are spicy, the blue ones are bold. Neither are either. It doesn't matter. They're just different colored cards. Let's start with a pink card.
Okay.
The pink card says NBA games have gotten too long.
I don't think they're too long. Do you think they're too long?
I think that wait, you don't think NBA games are too long?
No.
So you think that this take is spicy then, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm going to tell you right now, this take, I wish we could go negative spicy. What is that? Like an ice cube?
Do you think they're too long?
Is this like eating a peppermint and then like inhaling on a cold winter day?
Wait. So you don't think NBA games,
I do think games
they're too long.
Good God, we sit around for these reviews and then another review and then a coach's challenge and we're sitting around all day long. The games are going to 2 hours and 30 minutes. I got things to do, man. I'm not trying to sit around and watch these people. The thing I hate more than anything is watching people watch TV. Now, I know.
Which is what they do when they go.
Yes, it's referees. They huddle around the TV, and then everyone else is watching them watch TV, which I know some people of a certain generation, they're used to watching other people watch other stuff.
Yeah, reaction videos.
Yeah.
Our social guys tell me it's huge.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
Should we be doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
We should.
This is a negative for me. This is not spicy at all. This is what I take when someone gives me something spicy.
It's an antacid.
Yes,
it's
it
a
is.
Tums.
Jump a little higher, kid.
All right. Let's do another one. The WNBA All-Star Weekend is more competitive than the NBA's.
How much less competitive can anything be than the NBA All-Star Game?
Yeah, you have famously. Yeah.
I angered a lot of people.
You did.
By taking these players up to task, and everyone's like, "Oh, I mean, they have so much to do." I'm like, guys, I get it. I'm not one of these people who think that their weekend is free.
Right.
Right? They go, they have to make appearances, not only on behalf of the NBA, but on behalf of the sponsors and stuff like that. So by the time you get to Sunday, you do feel worn out, especially because you've been partying as well. And that's their right. They get to party. They're the all-stars. We aren't, even though we're partying too. But the reality is this, and I hate to be this guy, Michael Jordan did it.
Oh, wow.
Patrick Ewing did it.
Wow.
Tracy McGrady did it. Kobe Bryant did it. Shaq did it. LeBron did it.
Yep.
Dwayne Wade did it.
Yep.
Dwayne Wade once flagrantly fouled Kobe until he was bleeding in an All-Star game. Ron Artest once got teed up in an All-Star game. Right? You can't tell me now all of a sudden they've got all these, oh my God, this is supposed to be a break. No, it's not. It's an all-star break.
It's competition.
If you want a break, stop being an all-star. Go suck. How about that?
Oh, God. So, yes, the WNBA All-Star Weekend is more competitive than the NBA. There's also more money in it.
Yeah, that's the other side of this.
For WNBA
the
players.
prize money for a WNBA player winning is much greater than that, relatively speaking, to their salary than the opposite for the NBA guys. So, next one. Breanna Stewart is as underrated as Jokic was.
Is she underrated?
Thank you. 9. I'm gonna give the rating immediately. 9 out of
It's
10.
just a lie.
Hey, where did Nikola Jokic play before he came to the NBA? He
Serbia?
played in Serbia, right? Played for a decent team, but
As
like
opposed to UConn.
a freaking
Stewie?
manufacturing plant for
Greatness?
Hall of Fame basketball players.
This
Right?
isn't spicy. This is just.
This is fire.
This is a lie.
This is fire. This is
That's
when-
at 5 chilies on a menu.
Exactly. Or the skull and crossbones. That I have heartburn now.
Me too. Okay.
Give me some antacid. What is this?
Did I read that one or did
I
you
read that
Okay.
one.
Donovan Mitchell doesn't strike fear in an opponent.
Damn, that's spicy too, man.
I mean, but-
Donovan Mitchell, have you seen Donovan Mitchell
Yes.
in person?
yes, I have.
Okay, so Donovan Mitchell, for the people at home, he's slightly taller than me, and he is as wide as I am tall.
Like,
Yes, he's
Yoked, I believe they
not
say.
not a shred of body fat. Like, this dude is literally carved, chiseled
Yeah.
out of stone and lava. Lava
That's what that is.
This is what this is. This is a 9 million on the
you can't
Scoville
even
units.
eat that. That's not even food anymore. That's molten lava.
You know how like some chilies or whatever,
Yeah.
you have to wear gloves and then administer it with like
Yes.
a matchstick? That's what this is right here. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
That's
All
going
right.
to do it for Boulder Spicy. Go ahead. Thank them, Charlotte. Thank them for watching this
Thank
segment.
you so much for giving us your time and attention for this segment.
Are you an NBA player, NBA team, an NBA headliner, perhaps just an NBA hypothetical, and you're feeling down in the dumps? Don't worry. We've got just a pick-me-up for you with a segment called
Hype me up.
That's right. That's a segment where we read either a name of a team, of a player, a headline, or a hypothetical, and it is the other person's job to hype it up, to give it confidence, that pep talk it's been missing all its life. Charlotte,
Yes,
can I start?
I would be honored.
All right. Chet Holmgren.
Chet, you have a promising young team in Oklahoma City. You've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You've got Lou Dort. You've got Josh Giddey.
There it
You
is.
said it yourself on a podcast. You were like, what more could we want? We're the future. And you know what? You are the future, Chet, because you believe in yourself. And sometimes that's all it takes. Go get him, Chet.
There you go. Look,
All
if
right.
I'm Chet Holmgren and I was really down in the dumps, I heard that. I'm ready to take
Yeah,
on the
you
world.
would run through a wall.
Yeah.
All right. You have Atlanta Hawks.
The Atlanta Hawks. Wow. Hey, guys, remember last year? You guys seemed to be like 500 the entire year, no matter what month, no matter what week, no matter how much longer in a season. You're always 500. You're like, we can't get up. It's like that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry's even Stevens, and so Elaine, to prove a point, takes a $20 bill from him and throws it out the window just to see if he's actually even Steven. He ends up being even Steven. That's who you guys were. But that's not who you're going to be, because here's the deal. Quinn Snyder took over mid-season. Guess what? Quinn, with his playbook, that's like the Encyclopedia Britannica. Kids, look it up on Google if you don't know what that is. Quinn's going to have a whole training camp to get everybody up to speed, and even though it wasn't that great of an outcome last season, I really like the prospects of the DeJounte Murray, Trae Young backcourt. I think they have complementary skill sets. I think they're going to do a lot. Atlanta, a lot to look forward to.
Great job.
Yes,
I think Atlanta's feeling good. Quinn Snyder, great pickleball player. Did you know that?
I did not know that. So is Scott Foster.
Yeah, I think they played in the bubble. All right. Oh,
Maybe
you have
that's
one
why
for me.
Utah lost in the first round. All right, here we go. Second verse, same as the first. I guess we're on an OKC trip here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his next contract could set NBA history. That's a headline, ladies and gentlemen. That's not my opinion.
I'm going to hype this one up because, sure, it might be the summer of 2028 that this young gentleman reaches free agency, but
that's a long time.
it's never too late to start thinking about it. And Shai, yeah, look, Jaylen Brown just got $300 million. And stars are going to get signed after him, and they're going to get $315 million. They're going to get $320 million. By the time we get to 2028, are you kidding me? $400 million. that might not even be the highest paid player, my dude. This is very likely to happen, and I just wish you all the best in figuring out how to pay your taxes.
This is your hype up? You're telling them to worry about taxes?
No, I'm saying what a wonderful problem to have.
Well, yeah.
I would love to have the problem of paying taxes on $400 million.
By the way, Oddball episode, I don't know which, we talked about it. This is all paint by numbers. Nobody cares. Like it's like, oh, it's the biggest one in NBA history until the next guy signs the next deal, and that's how that goes. Because it's all paid by numbers. So we got max deals. Max deals are based on the cap. Cap is based on the BRI. So whatever the salary cap is, I could tell you exactly how much a max is going to be in that year. It doesn't matter. It's not like Shea Gilgeous
Which is
special.
why by 2028 that's likely to happen. Hyping you up, headline.
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
Amin. Shaq endorses idea of 5-year, $404 million payday for Jokic.
Endorses that idea. Again, like, what are we doing? It's paint by numbers. He's going to be eligible for that much. He's a 2-time MVP in the league. He's an NBA champion, a finals MVP. His team is one of the best teams in the league. Yeah, you pay him the max. There is no negotiation. You don't even need an agent. I could be his agent for it. You know what I would say? I'd walk in there and say, Calvin Booth, max me out. And he'd say, you got it. Your pen or mine.
Is that what you said? You'd say max me out?
Max me out. Even though, in this case, the me is Jokic. I'm speaking for him.
But you'd say it in Serbian.
No, because I don't think Calvin Booth speaks Serbian.
That's
He might.
That's a great point.
I
That
don't
is
speak
a-
Serbian either.
Yeah,
Dobre.
same.
I know Dobre, and I know one other word, and my Serbian friend said, don't say this on air because, let's just say it starts with a, and it ends with an ichka. Yeah. The Serbians know what I'm talking about.
I don't get it, but I don't want to be associated
There you
with
go.
whatever he just said.
Sure.
All right. My turn?
Yeah. R.J. Barrett continues to stay with the Knicks for the foreseeable future. This is a hypothetical. R.J. Barrett, whose extension kicks in, starts this season, he stays with the Knicks for the foreseeable future. What does foreseeable future mean? I don't know.
Look, Knicks, I know that you've thought about shipping RJ out for a number of trades that could make your team significantly better than RJ could maybe make you, sorry, RJ, such as Joel Embiid or Donovan Mitchell. But RJ's been with you since the beginning. There's loyalty. He's family. This is so much more important than winning championships. This is so much more important than getting paid. It's showing loyalty to the people who've been with you their whole career. So, I don't know. I think what's more important than family?
Loyalty to the people who've been with you their whole career,
Yes.
not your whole career. So like this intern who got hired last year, they've been there their whole career.
Yeah, and you know what's important is to be loyal to your interns.
You got it.
I've said this my whole life.
We need interns here.
I would love, can Oddball, can we have an intern?
Yeah, he's...
No.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Producer just said no. Also, I like the way you asked. It was like asking for a puppy for Christmas. Can we have a puppy?
I think intern.
No, that's a no for that.
Okay.
I'm glad, though.
All right. Amin, here's a hypothetical for you. Paul Pierce's imaginary super team of LeBron and Bosh could have won multiple NBA titles.
Absolutely. What are you talking about? All right, so here's the deal. I would have won just as many if I played with Shaq and LeBron and Chris Bosh and all those guys. And you know what, Paul? I ain't mad at you because here's the deal. Not only do I think they would have won as many titles as Wade and Bosh and LeBron, I think they would have won more. I think they would have won 3 out of the 4 years. Here's why. The Dallas series, the series they lost the first year, they couldn't buy a bucket down the stretch. They didn't know what to do. LeBron couldn't post up J.J. Barea. Dwayne Wade, I guess, was too scared to ask. That's where Paul Pierce would have came in because Paul Pierce ain't scared. He wouldn't have been scared. They wouldn't have started 9-8 because Paul Pierce wouldn't have been there just waiting for everybody. Well, why don't you go? Why don't you your turn? He would have gone there and taken control of the situation just like he did in Boston when Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen got there. Paul, you my guy, man. I completely support you. I think you would have won more titles than Dwayne Wade if you had Dwayne Wade's teammates. How about that, America?
The way you said, they couldn't buy a bucket down the stretch
They
like a
couldn't.
grandpa. That's awesome. All right, well, that's been Hype Me Up. And we hope you leave feeling better than you started when you watched this.
Who's the viewers
Yes.
or?
Yeah,
Or
because it's
the
like
people that we're hyping up?
Well, the people we're hyping up, but also the viewers being around positivity, environment really makes a difference in your lives. So you're welcome.
I hope they cut all of that out.
Man, we had so much more. My voice. Puberty.
Was that on purpose?
No, but I went with it.